Hello everyone. I really wish na I can do this more often than I wanting. Honestly, I want to be live or share with you about immigration. Unfortunately, I don't really have much time to do all these things, but I try. I try to fit in my schedule in terms of sharing my knowledge about immigration, my comment about immigration. So, in case na hindi ko po kayo masagot, if I cannot answer your calls or your text messages or even your messages on TikTok or Facebook or in the YouTube, please feel free to connect with me by email. I always actually share my email address. My email address is mahina yung audio. Well, in terms of agencies, guys, I believe na maraming agency right now na nagtitinda ng LMIA. I heard still ongoing, $20,000 to $30,000 just for an LMIA. I don't know. I have no idea kung bakit ang Service Canada, they cannot really do anything else other than removing all those programs. Ang pinapasama nila is yung mga yung mga foreign nationals should not be. Dapat sila yung mga suportahan nila. The problem right now is still ongoing. And most of those people who are selling LMIA are people who are actually yung mga nagtitinda are agencies. I just spoke with somebody today, hindi siya Filipino. She paid up $23,000 just for an LMIA na pinagbili sa kanya, and she lost all of her income. She was able to change her status as work permit. The problem is wala pala siyang work. Hindi pala siya mag-work doon. Now, yung consultant sabi niya, if you want, you can be paid cash para nang sa ganun ma-declare yung status mo. Sabi niya, wala na akong pera. I sold all my properties back in my home country, and I paid up $23,000, and now gusto pa nila ng another every month na taxes and everything. So those are completely illegal. If napansin yun ng immigration, then definitely mababar kayo sa Canada. So wag kayong bumili right now. Please don't indulge yourself in getting that so-called LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. That kapag ka pinagbili sa inyo, imagine 23,000, 30,000. 40,000 even just to get into that LMIA. Wala pang kasiguraduhan yun. Hindi yun an assurance for you to get your work permit status if you came here as student permit. Kaya nga, maganda rin na I like to hear that some family members are actually coming to saving those relatives kasi nga they offer job for them and they get the LMIA. Siyempre, processing fee lang ang babayaran. At the same time, work permit fee. And those things are good. So, but anyway, I'm about to get into my consultation. Let's see what, Hello? Hi! Kumusta? Okay, very good. Okay. So, let's start. Nandyan ba siya? Wala pa. Okay, so tell me, while waiting for your employer, tell me what's your, ano ba yung offer niya sa'yo? Ano ba yung kanyang, ano ba yung gusto niya marinig? And ikaw, if maybe you have a question in our own language para nang sa ganun is much better. Hold on, valid pa yung LMIA mo, right? Paano nangyari yon? I believe na yung LMIA na yon, when you apply for work permit, you use that LMIA, tama? I don't get it. Hold on. Nung nakuha mo yung, you came to me and you asked me to help you actually get your ETA, tama? And then what happened was you lost your status as a work permit holder. Pero I'm a little bit confused when you told me na may valid kang LMIA. Okay, so tell me about that LMIA. Did you ever use that LMIA when you apply for work permit? And then na-approvean ba siya? Nagkaroon ka ba, na-issuehan ka ba ng work permit? Okay. So valid pa siya. And then, sino yung employer na yon? Nagsarado na. That's the problem. So, okay. Ganito. We cannot really use that anymore although valid pa siya kasi nga nagsara na yung company. Siyempre, kahit kahit mag-apply ka, hindi pa rin yun. You cannot use that. Now, if somebody actually, when somebody offers you a job, definitely because you are a foreign national, kailangan mo ng new LMIA. You need to get that LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment. Now, when you get that LMIA, I know that you are under ETA. You can still apply for work permit. I know that you are presently a tourist visa holder right now, but the good thing is that you used to have a work permit. So, you are not considered na yung mga tourist visa na kahit kailan hindi nagkaroon ng work permit. You have that, so that means you are entitled to get that work permit inside Canada pa rin. Okay, so you can still apply for work permit inside Canada. However, you need a valid LMIA. I know, yes, you said that valid yung LMIA mo. Yes, it's still valid yung kanyang date, but the problem is wala ka ng employer. So, wala tayong magagawa doon. Now, this employer that you have, the only option na kailangan niyang gawin for you is you are valid to stay. You are entitled to stay legally inside Canada because you have the ETA. You just got it last month, I believe. And then what you can have is that he need to offer you a job, which is offering a job to a foreign national. You need an LMIA. That LMIA needs to be advertised, need to be processed by the ESDC. That ESDC will gonna assess the employer kung may totoo ba siyang ino-offer na job, kung kaya ba niyang magpasahod, and everything, etc. Now, sa'yo, relax ka lang dyan. You cannot work anywhere else na declared kasi nga you have no right to work anymore. I hope you know that. And now, again, your employer, the only thing he needs to do is that, anong position yung ino-offer sa'yo? Oh, to body. Okay. The only thing that he needs to do is to actually, of course, get into that consultation and give him the clarification, whatever he wants to understand and know. So yeah. So yeah, let's yeah. Yeah. Wala pa. Binigay ko sa kanya yung some invite. I gave it to him. If you want, I can resend it to him. But he should have that. I already have sent it to him. Andyan pa ba siya? Available pa siya? Okay. Nandito siya sa Toronto. Kasi akala ko nandito siya sa kasi nga 5:30, 6:30. But he can still get in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna copy again and then send it to you and then forward it to him. And then he can try to get in. Ang tanong, available ba talaga siya? Sinend ko sa'yo para you can forward it to him. Yes. Okay. So, while waiting for the employer, I was trying to clarify about an employee or foreign national. The good thing with this person is that nawalan siya ng status, pero work permit holder siya. So, okay lang na mag-apply siya ng LMI, mag-apply siya ng work, get an LMIA, and apply ng work permit inside Canada. Okay, galing ka ng maternity leave, bumalik na po ako sa work. I have 1 month pay slip. Can I accept it? ITAEOI? Hindi ko maintindihan. Well, Lynn, you have to keep on emailing me. If you emailed me, norelenoligoCIS@gmail.com, I received hundreds of messages every day. So, if you emailed me, norelenoligoCIS@gmail.com, I received hundreds of messages every day. So, sorry if I cannot accommodate everybody, kung hindi ako sumasagot or whatever, but please to keep on reach out to me. Once you get in with me, you connect with me, definitely I will entertain everyone. But right now, just to let I'm just being honest. I don't have any intention to fool people. I don't have any intention to say things na na hindi naman ako yung nag-a-advise. That's why please be patient when you want to reach out with me. Definitely hindi kayo magsisisi when I give you my advice. My advice is non-sugar-coated, and it's an honest advice that that can lead you to getting your permanent residency eventually. So it's worth it, guys. That's what I can say. I can promise you it's worth it with my advices. Hi, kumusta? Wala pa ba? Okay, so wala pa yung employer, medyo mukhang busy, but so I am going to read your messages here. Okay lang po bang mag-student ngayon sa Pathway 4 na palipasin na muna po ang election? Just to let you know, okay. I just want to let you know, guys, student permit application, I don't want to recommend. Trust me, it is not it's not a bed of roses immigration program nowadays. Pinag-iinitan ng mga estudyante. That's why I want you to go for a student permit application. Mahirap right now, pero kung nandyan na, mayroon na kayong letter of acceptance, nakabayad na kayo ng tuition fee, then pursue it, take a chance, and hope for the best. The only thing is that right now, kung hindi pa kayo nakakapasok, I don't want to recommend that to you guys. Rather, get an LMIA. But that LMIA should be a legitimate employer. Kasi wag kayong bibili ng LMIA who are selling, people are selling 30,000, 40,000 LMIA fee. Hindi pa yun kasiguraduhan. So be careful. May caregiver LMI approved na po ako pero visitor status na po ako. Pwede po ba rin bang i-apply? Visitor status na po ako. Ibig bang sabihin mayroon kang dating work permit? If that's the case, please apply for a work permit inside Canada. Qualified ka at saka exempted ka sa sinasabi nilang tourist visa na hindi na pwedeng mag-apply ang mga nandito sa loob. Kasi may exemption doon. Sabi nila, except for people who used to have a work permit within that 12 months period. Now, kapag kaganyan situation, you have LMIA, I would suggest go for a flag pulling or apply for a work permit online application. Sayang. Any recent LMI exempt work permit timeline? Wala pa. There's no recent LMI exempt timeline right now. Everyone has to go through the process. If it's not under the caregiver program like nanny or caregiver LMIA, that will gonna take at least 3-4 months to 5 months process. Now, if it is under caregiver program, nanny or caregiver, definitely it's so fast. I believe it's only 2 weeks or 3 weeks upon submission. Sometimes they don't even assess. They just keep on giving it away. Napakadali, or it's so fast right now for an LMIA for caregiver and nanny. The only difficult process nowadays is aside from caregiver program or nanny or caregiver, that they are all the hardest process. Even if you already have the money in your bank account to show off to the ESDT, they still don't want to accept the application. If you get an approval, you're lucky because they're trying to scrutinize everything. I used to know an officer, an ESDC officer who used to be so easy in providing an approval for LMIA. Now she's being difficult, trust me, promise. So good luck to everyone who wants to get a LMIA. May chance po bang ma-approve ang visitor's visa kung ang applicant ay contractual pero may sponsorship? What do you mean contractual? I believe it should be full-time ang offer, hindi contractual. It should be full-time when they are offering to a foreign national. Hello po, pwede po bang mag-apply ng PR ang open work permit? Ano po ba ang kailangan? Thank you. You should have an experience na may PR pathway in order for you to apply for a permanent residence. Okay. Hi, kumusta? Wala pa rin? Okay. Okay. So, you know what? I think the only option for you is to get that LMIA, okay? You have no other choice. Again, remember, when you get that ETA, I know it can actually be up to your validity of your passport, but as a ETA holder in Canada, you will gonna consider that as a tourist visa status. So make sure the moment that you got that ETA, make sure to keep on extending, okay? Keep on extending your status. Within 6 months, you can only stay every 6 months. Yeah, so put that in your calendar, okay? Stay every 6 months. Yeah, so put that in your calendar, okay? I think you can because you have your ETA. If you want to go back home, you have your ETA. ETA is a tourist visa status. At the same time, it's a re-entry to be in and out in Canada. Not unless mag-change na naman ang rule. But I always say to everyone, if you have the opportunity, please don't go home yet. Kasi nga, ang daming mga bagong rule na lalabas, and then who knows, baka mamaya hindi na papupuntahin or pababalikin. They can easily cancel that ETA sa anybody, honestly. So, at least kung nandito ka sa loob ng Canada, then may mga other option ka. Pero kung talagang wala ka ng option to stay in Canada, then you have to go home. For your siguro security and mental status na rin, di ba? Yung mental health, importante yung mga yan. So, let's just wait for your employer again for another 10 minutes. Or pag wala pa din, I think we need to, I need to call him pagka may chance na siya. Hindi na siguro Zoom meeting. Okay? Yeah. I will just gonna call him, and I would love to clarify things para nang sa ganon may mag-sponsor sa'yo, kasi you have no other choice but to get a sponsorship. You have no other choice but to get an LMIA. So that is the main thing. Okay? I hope na na maayos makapasok siya after 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'll just gonna call him kasi mayroon pa akong another meeting. Kasi ilang beses natin na postpone to, But that's okay. I would love to help you, okay? No problem. Okay, mayroon dito, but yung ibang agency, sabi nila, pwede na ding childcare sa Ontario. Yung mga agency na nagsasabing childcare sa Ontario, pwedeng LMIA childcare kung, ito yung requirements, okay? Para nang sa ganun ma-exempt kayo sa bagong rule, kung mayroon kayong student permit, kung mayroon kayong work permit, or kung tourist visa kayo na you used to have a work permit within that 12 months period. Okay, pwede yun. You can apply for childcare or nanny. However, eto pa, I have a lot of other things too. When you have an LMIA na caregiver or nanny, and you're already holding that positive LMIA, definitely I will not ask you to stop applying. Take a chance. Use that LMIA. Apply online or go for flag pulling. Those are the things that you can do. Sayang naman, LMIA is a really difficult document in order for you to support your work permit application or permanent residency or the express entry. But I heard alisin na yata yung express entry LMIA nowadays, because of a lot of people are actually parang they are paying a lot of agencies or a lot of immigration consultants. Actually, mga lawyers pa nga nagtitinda ng LMIA, 20, 30,000, even 70,000 for that LMIA. So it's crazy, but what can you do? They want permanent residency. But really, I don't encourage anybody to go for that LMIA fee for 40,000, 30,000. I encourage everyone to find the right employer, be patient, and eventually you will gonna get there. Eventually, maraming employer dyan na naghahanap ng mga foreign national. And always remember, guys, the immigration can change anytime. I believe marami pang lalabas na immigration program nowadays because of what's going on, especially if the politicians take place, nag-change sila. Yung mga politicians, leadership changes, then definitely papakayabang na naman sila to actually show off para maipalabas nila ang bagong rule. They want to actually they want attention. Yun. Gaano katagal ang process ng visitor's visa record? Visitor record usually, you know what? Kung minsan when I apply, after a few days lang mayroon na kaagad result. Pero yung iba, it can take up to 2 to 3 months. Pero ang maganda nun, na kapag apply ka before you lost your status, that means you are implied status. So don't worry about it. Childcare at saka nanny or caregiver, don't you know that they are exempted about the high wage. They are exempted from whatever the process right now. So don't worry about the high wage or low wage for childcare and caregiver. If you can take a look on my applications, I've been doing all those things. You don't even care about the high wage. They actually approve the LMIA kapag kahit nasa low wage lang. Kasi nga, they are exempted doon sa mga bagong rule or sa mga high wage or low wage. Okay, si Renee, ma'am, nagre-reach out po sa inyo yung pinsan ko dyan sa Markham. Gusto po niya akong sponsoran, housekeeper 80 plus. Ano? You know what? Okay, so hindi niya ma-contact. So you know what? Let's wrap this up. And I believe I don't want to waste your time as well, and you don't want to waste my time. So I believe that what we're going to do right now is I have his number. Tell me kung anong oras siya available. Text me, then I will call him. I'll set aside a time at saka schedule para sa kanya to clarify all of his questions. Okay? Alright, okay then. Alright, ingat ka dyan. Okay, bye. Nice talking to you. Don't worry. Bye-bye. Okay, so that's my consultation. Hindi dumating yung kanyang employer, but you know what? I have another consultation here. Maybe available na siya. Ask to unmute. Naku, patay. Pawala na yung aking battery sa kabilang ano. Hi! Hi! Kumusta? Eto, okay lang. Ano, kumusta? Anong gusto nyong ma-clarify? How do I call you? Anong pangalan mo? Okay. Of course, that's me. Iba ba yung voice or ano? Okay, sige. Okay, there you go. Hi, kumusta? Okay. Okay, ano pangalan niya? Para makita ko yung yung kay. Yeah. I have his thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So let's talk. I believe I have a lot of things to share with you para ma-clarify yung mga questions niyo. Okay, so yung si kapatid mo, anong papel niyang dumating dito? Tourist, okay. Oh, tourist ka. Kailan ka dumating? July 19. July, nag-extend ka ba? Are you maintaining your status? August, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So, dapat next month mag-extend na siya, okay? Kung gusto niya mag-stay dito long term. Now, ano yung question mo in terms of sponsorship for him? Documents? Okay. Meron ka ng ganon. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Bakit hindi na siya nagre-reply? Hold on, sinong gumawa ng LMIA nyo? Okay, so ano nangyari sa kanya? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Grabe, ha? Yes, correct. Magkano pinayad nyo? Okay. Anong klaseng LMIA yan? Anong position pala? Anong position? That's okay. Okay? It's okay. Okay. NOC 33102. Okay, so yan yon. Bakit? Sinong aalagaan niya? Okay. Tapos talagang never na siyang nag-respond. Ba't kaya? Bakit kaya? I wonder. Di ba parang, hindi kaya nagkasakit? Hold on. Ano ba siya? Licensee ba siya? Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Baka ano lang. Baka ayaw na lang niya kayong i-handle. I don't know. Hindi niyo naman inaway. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's true. That's what I do too. I respect the every skill ng isang tao. So whenever I hire somebody, I don't want to be difficult. But at the same time, of course, I expect that from other people too. So anyway, what can we do? It's her discretion. She did her job. We cannot really do anything with that. So now, for you as a tourist visa holder, 'di ba yung sinasabi nila, I hope na sana bago man lang siya nawala, in-explain sa inyo to. That's why you're coming to me right now because I'm here to explain to you what's going on. Okay? I will connect with you kung ano man yung disconnection na nangyari at nagawa ng dating immigration consultant. Hindi niya nagawa eh. So now, I'm telling... Okay. Yeah, sana no? Yeah. Okay. So, since si brother mo is tourist visa holder dito, may bagong rule na hindi na pwedeng mag-apply inside Canada to anybody, whatever kind of LMIA position, whatever kind of job, yung i-apply ng isang tourist visa for work permit. However, the good thing is that for you can lahat naman ng ginagawa natin sa buhay in terms of immigration, we know that as hindi naman tayo pinanganak dito, we have to process. We have to take a chance. Always like that. And the good thing is that when we take a chance, hindi naman yung tayo'y napapaloko dahil yung LMIA hindi naman niya binili or whatever. You know, did you hear about those horrible stories about LMIA? But this time, it was actually obtained properly. It was, between whatever your discussions, but andun talaga yung legitimate lahat yung nangyari ng process. Now, for you as a tourist visa holder, you have option to apply with this LMIA. LMIA is used to actually, it's a very important document for a foreign national to apply for work permit. Without LMIA, never kang magkaka-work permit. Not unless mag-asawa ka, maging estudyante ka. But those things are different with whatever we're talking about because may LMIA ka na. Now, in order for you to get into that, you have two options. Pwede kang mag-flag pooling kung kaya mong magpunta sa border. That's one option. Pakita mo yung LMIA mo, yung contract mo, and then, may medical ka na if you have medical. Kung wala pa, magpa-medical ka ng upfront medical. Then, of course, you show up there, show your English exam. If you have English exam, pag wala, okay pa rin din. See? Yeah, so medical na lang, maybe, yes, you can do that. So, you can try flag pooling or you can do online application because of the restriction na hindi na pwedeng i-process sa loob ng Canada. What you can do is to apply inside Canada, declare that you are a tourist visa holder, which is that's the reality, yun yung katotohanan. Then after that, dun sa questionnaire, dun sa IMM 1295, saan mo gustong ipaprocess, you can actually say doon sa Pilipinas because Pilipinas is the place where you have legal status to stay. So Pilipinas yung process, pero ang andito ka sa loob ng Canada. So ganun 'yon. Hindi nandito ka nga sa loob ng Canada as a tourist visa holder but ipaprocess sa Pilipinas. Now, there's no guarantee. Lahat ng sinabi kong option which like two options, they can return the application, they can refuse, but as long as that LMIA is valid, keep on trying. Ganon talaga ang fight natin right now. Okay? Okay. Usually they let him come back. Pero usually yung risk naman na ganyan, ang pinapauwi yung mga like for example, tumawag yung CBSA officer sa employer, which is kayo. Tinanong sa inyo, nag-work ba siya sa iyo ng cash job? Sometimes they say yes. And then sometimes, oh, actually, I'm just trying to hire him kasi kailangan niya ng sponsorship, kailangan niya ng work permit. Pero you actually try to say na as a supporter or as a sponsor, you're trying to say na you're taking it for granted that sponsorship and kailangan lang niya talaga pero hindi mo pala siya need. But the fact is your child is not really in a situation where it's not like you need somebody for this patient care assistant. We know that you need this person and you have the ability to pay this person. So, in terms of those things, hindi naman. Second thing is that what if in interview ka, tinanong, pinagkanulo mo yung sarili mo? Of course, those are the things. Or, pag pumunta ka ng flag pulling, right now, to be safer, huwag niyong dalhin yung telepono nyo kasi they have the power to confiscate your phone or any kind of proof dun sa folder nyo. Kasi yung folder nyo na yan, they will take it. They can take it anytime. Whatever you have, they can take it. They have all the power to do that. Once you face yourself to the CBSA, you completely lost your yung ability to shield yourself. Kasi nga nandun ka na harap-harapan na. But again, palakasan lang talaga ng loob eh. That's my option. Or online application. Yun lang talaga. Pwede pa rin din naman. Yes, right away. Pero yung online application that I received recently ang application for work permit, tourist visa. I applied, I believe that was July 7, na-approvean November 26. So ganon katagal. So 4 months or more. So yung iba 3 months to 4 months. Or more, a little bit more, like 2 weeks to 3 weeks more. So, almost 5 months yung process. But, the good thing is that safe ka naman. You're waiting for for an approval. Ibabalik yung application. But right now, we don't have any other choice but to move forward eh. Nandyan na yung LMIA. You already have the LMIA. So, regardless of whatever the changes, regardless of whatever the immigration says right now, I still don't want to listen kasi may LMIA na ako eh. It's not a crime to go for it. It's not a crime to apply for work permit. Alam mo na ang gulo ng ang gulo ng website natin ng immigration. Imagine you click that specific application, bibigyan kayo ng napakadaming link, it keeps on going everywhere hanggang sa nawala na yung utak mo. That's what happened. But for us, that's our job. So we know exactly where we go. We know exactly what we're trying to do. So that's why we're trying to actually, the moment na you came to me, alam ko na agad yung sasabihin ko. Alam ko na yung ipipick kong sasabihin ko sa inyo. Hindi yung I go here and there, tapos at the end of the day, nagulo na kayo. Oh my gosh, I would rather go home. Yes, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. You know what? Really? My question na ganon? I don't remember that. I don't remember na may ganun sa sa application for tourist visa extension. However, alam ko na kasi yun yung checklist when you're creating, hindi sa form. Of course you have to say no. Kasi you're asking for extension, you have to say no. And in the first place, when you apply for work permit at saka tourist visa extension, they're separated. Hindi pwedeng magsabay. So separate sila. So whatever the assessment on the visitor's record, that's the one that's extension when you are inside Canada, separate yung isa. Iba rin yung application for work permit. Now, if you're getting that visitor's record, you have to say no. Ayaw mong paghaluin yung intention mo doon. Your intention is tourist visa yan. Yeah. Well, I believe right now, pwede pa siyang hindi pa niya kailangan mag-extend. So, apply for work permit right away. I have experiences, mayroon silang existing application for work permit. I still have to extend their status. That's my recommendation. I know people will say, implied status ka na, may work permit application ka na, wag ka na mag-extend. No, don't do that. Kasi what if na-refuse yung application for work permit? Hindi ka na nag-extend. Di nawala na yung ability mo to actually maintain your status. So don't. So I believe, I'm sorry, but I believe you gotta go for work permit kasi may LMIA ka na. Then after that, after work permit, if it's time to extend the status, then you have to apply for extension for your tourist visa. Nasa sa inyo yan. Yeah, definitely it should be as soon as possible. Fun. Thank you. But I am glad that I could be able to help out everyone. I believe na whatever I'm saying right now on the Facebook or on sa social media, it is not sugar-coated. My intention is to inform everyone na, to get into this situation. I know it's my business. This is what I do. This is my profession. But at the end of the day, ayokong ipagdamot eh. So whatever I know, I want to share to everyone, especially mga Filipino. There are times may mga followers ako na hindi Filipino. Anong pinagsasabi mo? Can you speak English? Can you say it this way? But I'm trying. Sometimes they would say, ano tawag dito? Magtagalog ka please. But I try to share it with you guys until as long na andito ako. But I have to let you know that there's no guarantee with whatever process that we do. But this is the only option, guys. Apply for work permit. I'm happy for you, for your brother, kasi may LMIA na siya. Not everybody, may 2 years na sila dito. Wala pa silang LMIA. So, still you're lucky kasi you got that. And also I know it is expensive, but again at the end, you know what, bawing-bawi mo yan, trust me. Imagine yung mga kapatid mo, tingnan mo. Yeah, the work permit is yeah, I know, work permit is around $3,000 plus immigration fees. Yeah, okay. 155. Yeah. So ganon. So but yeah, but anyway, that's the option. Let me know kapag halimbawa na you're decided to go for it. I will please email me and I will send you yung agreement, service agreement, representative form, all those things, legalities. Ayaw niyo mag-isip. Ano ba ang trabaho niyong dalawa? Ano? Okay. Sa bangko, okay. Okay. Wow. See? Mm-hmm. Iisa lang ba yung anak nyo? Wow. Oh my goodness. This patient care assistant, may pathway siya kasi you are employing somebody inside the house in a private one. May PR pathway, but I'm not talking I'm talking presently. They can change anytime. So again, importante kasi tourist visa ma-change sa work permit. I don't even think about the PR pathway, but of course, that's the main goal, right? So eventually, yeah. Wala nang question? Sige, mag-email ako sa inyo. Anyway, I have your email address. Then we'll go from there, guys. Okay? Magkamukha kayo. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. There you go, everyone. Nakakatuwa sila yung aking consultation today. Mayroon siyang LMIA na nailabas. Unfortunately, their consultant, after getting that LMIA, nawala na siya. Hindi na siya pinansin. But of course, they have to continue what they're doing. They have to do all their paperwork. They have to finish the race. So, it's not because you get your LMIA, stop ka na. Hindi eh. You have no other choice but to move forward by applying for work permit with that LMIA. Yeah. So, oh my goodness. Grabe oh. The more that I am talking right now, I'm seeing my computer. You know, I hate seeing bold letters from my email kasi ang daming inquiries. So, if in case hindi ko po kayo masagot lahat, I apologize. I don't intention. I really wish na makakausap ko kayong lahat. But unfortunately, ako lang ito. I'm the only Norilyn actually na immigration consultant. Ang dami. Mayroon pa nga nagagalit na honestly. Kasi nga, I cannot answer them. But what can I do, guys? I'm only me and I don't have intention na, you know, na to fool around right now. And thank God because God has given me the opportunity to be sincere and do my work properly. Not like the other people. I'm telling you, in my group sa aking mga immigration, they are begging for client. They're begging for people na i-recommend ko sa kanila. But the problem is that how can I recommend somebody to them if I knew that they are not competent enough to do their job? I'd rather not. So, okay. Before I end, I will just want to read this. Okay. Ano po kayang mga possible reason pag withdraw ng IRC sa work permit? Pag withdraw, that means hindi ka pwedeng i-process. Maganda nga, withdraw, hindi kinuha yung pera. That means walang program yung in-applyan mo. So those are the options. Or maybe it's not relevant. That's why we withdraw. Maybe mayroon ka ng status or maybe mayroon ka ng PR. That's why we withdraw yung application. Those are the options. So, nagre-reach out yung pinsan ko sa inyo. Please email me, norilyn.oligocis@gmail.com. Madam, may chance po bang ma-approve ako if low wage po in-offer sa akin at nung June pa po lumabas yung LMIA ko at nasa UAA pa po ako. Ma-assign ako sa whatever province. Yes, of course, you can use that LMIA kahit na nung June pa as long na it's valid. Of course, don't think about yung low wage, high wage na changes ng immigration. So still, please apply for your work permit using that LMIA. Tanong ko lang, general farmer po ako dito sa Alberta. Pwede po ba akong mag-submit ng PR itong December agri-pilot? Sabi kasi ng pinsa ko next year na lang daw baka puno. Well, pag open, then apply ka kaagad. Grade 11 po ang assessment ko sa West. Qualified po kayang mag-apply ng PR. 2 years na po ako dito sa Canada as a general farmer. I think high school dapat. But take a look at it. They might gonna have a new rule. Okay, so now I answered on the YouTube. Now here, 99 new messages. Oh my God. Okay, hello. Pwede po bang kamag-anak magbigay ng LMIA? Of course, Eri. Ask your kamag-anak na i-offer sa iyo ang LMIA as long na qualified yung employer mo, qualified, legitimate yung offer, definitely they can. It's not a crime sa immigration law for a relative or kamag-anak na mag-offer sa iyo ng job. What can you advise for those work permit holder under housekeeping? Do we have pathways for PR for them? Right now, wala pa pong pathway ang housekeeper. However, pwede naman, if you have the education back in the Philippines or back in your other countries, if you have the English exam, pwede kayong mag-apply ng Canada Experience Class or PNPs. Yun yung mga option ninyo. So, tingnan nyo naman, i-balance nyo. Okay? When is the right time to send a web form? I applied for OINP. It's already 226. This is still in DIP. You know what? You can always apply for web form for follow-up if you already have the information. You can try that. Web form, it's not gonna hurt your application. Okay. Oo, ang daming na-answeran ko na si Ayit Manalo. Na-answeran ko na lahat yung flinad mo sa messages. Kailan po kaya mag-reopen ang caregiver? I think it's January 1, 2025. Okay lang po ba kahit screenshot ng online bank na may name po ang ipasa sa pag-extend ng visa? Yes, okay lang yon. Lahat naman is screenshot, lahat is online, lahat is scan. Ano po ba ang new rule ng IRCC regarding tourists and ano po ang chance namin for PR? Of course, if you are tourist visa, you need an employer to offer you a sponsorship, an LMIA, a work permit. In order for you to apply for permanent residency, you need to have that qualifying experience. So, ibig sabihin, you still need a work permit. Getting a work permit for a tourist visa holder, kailangan mo ng sponsorship. I received pre-arrival letter from IRCC for my spousal sponsorship PR. What does that mean? That means malapit ka nang mag-PR. Congratulations! Hindi kahit kailan bibigyan ng pre-arrival services ang isang aplikante kung hindi na siya malapit mag-PR. So, hope for the best. Advisable po bang kumuha ng hospitality program dyan or mas maiging kumuha ng masters? Kumuha ka na lang ng masters kasi may open permit yon. Is it okay po if I had my medical exam 2 days before the 30 days of the medical request? 2 days? Yeah, of course, you can. Advice? Okay, tapos na yan. Ate, open work permit po ako. Nag-work ako sa housekeeping. Ano po ba ang pathway na dapat kong gawin? Ate, open work permit ka, nag-work ka ng housekeeping, walang PR pathway ang housekeeping. So I want you to get into a caregiver program, nanny or caregiver kasi may PR pathway yan. Umalis ka na dyan sa housekeeping. What can you advise for those? Okay, tapos na yan. Hi ma'am, caregiver program work ko ngayon mahigit 6 months na. Ano po ang next ko na gagawin for PR application? Kung caregiver work permit ka, wait na mag-open ang PR pathway. Malapit na yan. I heard January 1. Then prepare your English exam, your educational background para nang sa ganun makakuha ka ng PR application eventually pag nag-open. So prepare yourself. Pwede ka na mag-apply ng LMIA, but he has already given 3 LMIs for 3 employees. So when well, you have to if that's the case, they have to understand that they need to show their ability to pay all of these foreign nationals. So if they have all this income, this funding, definitely they can still add up. The problem is that it depends. There's a cap. There's a restriction right now, so be careful. Be careful also in paying them money, because I know that when somebody gives LMIA to companies or agencies or consultants, they sell that. They let you pay 30,000, 40,000. So be careful. Don't pay until you are sure that it is for you. They can easily say, yes, I am giving you LMIA, then collect money. So that's the problem. Don't do that. Kailan po kaya pwedeng mag-apply ng PR ang Tier 2? PR stream po yung LMIA, ilan po dapat ang work experience? You know what, Mami's Crisel, I would definitely ask you to apply for PNP or Express Entry. Try to get into that kung ano man yung naka-open. Or Canada Experience class. But take your English exam at saka WES. Okay, good morning. Believe in Jesus Christ. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so I think that's it. I already have read all yung consultant ko po, di ako binigyan ng IMM 5476 para fill upan isa po kaya yung reason kaya withdraw yung work permit. If license yung consultant mo, definitely they will gonna ask you to sign IMM 5476. Ngayon, I think that's the reason kaya withdraw RJ. So if you have if you haven't okay. RJ, if your consultant is doesn't have a IMM 5476, I want you to actually take a look at it. Email me. I don't know, maybe hindi siya lisensyado or hindi license yung consultant mo. So I would recommend, please get into understanding who is the person that you're dealing with, bakit hindi kanya pinapirma ng IMM 5476. Kasi if we are consultants, if we are licensees, I will definitely ask you to sign those information, those form, in order for me to represent you against the immigration. I think you have your LMIA, connect with me, email me, norilyn.oligocis@gmail.com. Sabihin mo doon na ito yung question mo dito sa YouTube, and then email mo sa akin para nang sa ganun I could be able to review further. Grade 11 po ang assessment for West. Qualified po kaya ako mag-apply ng PR. You know what? I think it is high school graduate. Yes, your experience is already, you're qualified. But you know what? If you want to have a qualification high school, try to apply for an online studying dun sa Pilipinas. Mayroon po. I believe in AMA. Sa AMA, nagpo-provide sila ng online studying for you to finish your studies. Okay, so everyone, if you are still reaching out with me, salamat po. I would love to help everyone. I would love to answer your questions. I want you to actually keep on reaching out sa akin because I am telling you guys, I receive hundreds of messages every day. And that is only in one platform. Sa email ko lang yun. How about the messages in TikTok, messages in YouTube, messages in Facebook Messenger? I can't entertain everyone. But if you are insisting to actually reaching out with me, definitely it's worth it, guys. I can definitely help you, give you the guidance, give you the blueprint in getting that permanent residency. I don't sugarcoat my advices. At the same time, I give you the best advice that I could ever have as an immigration consultant since year 2017, guys. I've been doing this business since 2017. So imagine, you collaborate with me. Maraming nakikollaborate sa akin in terms of whatever I'm doing right now, and I'm applying in person. I'm applying in actual with what I'm doing with you all. So once you reach out with me, once you get me, definitely it's worth it. It's not, hindi kayo magsisisi. I will try my best to actually dissect and check your qualification, at the same time your options. Whenever I talk with somebody, I always give, I don't give only one option, not unless na talagang isa lang yung option, but I don't give only one option. I give them a lot of options. Remember that I studied this immigration program, diploma. We master immigration law in Canada. And so with my experience, definitely I could be able to give you and guide you a proper guidance in terms of your, intention to come here or stay here long-term or permanently. Eventually, you get your Canadian citizenship. So before I end, I want to let everyone knows that in life, personal or sa immigration man or sa profession nyo, everything is temporary. Maybe hindi man natin nakikita yung panahon ngayon na mag-change din yan. I can guarantee you every situation in someone's life, in our under the sun, it always changes. Maybe you're sleeping in a place wherein wala kayong sariling bahay. Maybe you are staying in a place na crowded. But you know what? Don't you know that there's always a change? Temporary lang yan. I remember when I just came here in Canada, I actually I don't know anymore this woman. Her name is Kathy. I remember her. She saved me because I don't have a place to go at that time, and she offered her room. Imagine, she offered her room in a taas yun ng store in Lawrence. I regret that I don't know her anymore. I regret that I lost contact with her, but this person offered her her room, and she allowed me to stay in her room. And I remember she even introduced letting me drink a yogurt. Kasi nga daw, yogurt is a very good thing in our health. And at that time, I have no idea with yogurt. But anyway, I hope if she's listening to me, her name is Kathy. She was the one who actually saved me. She was an angel to me when I just came here 23 or 23 years ago. I came in Canada, and this person, the gesture that she did to me, that was beautiful. She was an angel. That's why sometimes, a lot of times, I do all those things also to strangers, to newcomers, kasi nga I experienced that as well. And not only one time, I also experienced in the Philippines, a friend of mine before. She was so great, generous with her family to allow me to stay in their house when I was in college, when I was in the university. She let me stay in their house with her family for free during the time that I was in the university. And I forever remember that. I'll be forever grateful to this person. And yun nga lang, we lost contact as well. That was like maybe that was 1997. It was a long time ago when I was in my college, and we lost contact. As what I've said, every person who comes in our ways, every person who actually give us blessings, those are angels. Those are people who will gonna perform the will of God in our lives. They are the angels during that time. And it is beautiful. It's not a guarantee. I can guarantee you guys, it's not a guarantee that they will gonna stick with you forever. It's not a guarantee that they'll be with you always in contact with you. But the good thing is that whenever we have utang na loob, or we have this kind of situation, we can always share what we have presently, not to those people anymore, kasi nga wala na kayong contact. What you can do is to share that kindness, share that blessing that you have to other people who are in need, like what you had before. So isn't it nice? Napakasarap pong isipin na I've experienced those things, those kindness. I can never forget those things, those people. God bless them. I know I can't really continue. I don't have any communication with them anymore, but in my heart, always I pray for them. I wish them all the best. And God knows, God is there to protect them and bless them. So anyway, those are just an a side note. It's not an immigration, but again, it's kindness. Sometimes God has given us the opportunity to share kindness to other people, and I like that. And sometimes a lot of people are actually like a lot of people are mean in Canada. Honestly, they don't want to share what they have. They wanted to actually take advantage of the people. Na especially for those employers. I hope there are employers who are listening right now. I really hope that they treat the people na, especially for those employers. I hope there are employers who are listening right now. I really hope that they treat the foreign nationals, the workers properly. Salary, they feed them if they are living with them. Those are kindness. Imagine the blessings that you have if you are the employer. That's why honestly, whenever I hire somebody, I never ask for a lesser value. I never ask for, hey, patawad naman, or can you knock off some of it. I don't want to do that because I respect their profession. I respect their skill. At the same time, I want that actually to happen to me. So do not do unto others what you don't want them to do unto you. So those are the golden rule. Okay, everyone. So thank you for coming in my and also before I end, a lot of people are asking me what happened to me in what I experienced in Paris, France. It's my it's been like twice that I've been there. I went once and then twice. Just to be honest, I still love Canada. Canada is the best place. Every single moment that I remember that I'm Canadian, I'm always grateful to God whenever I walk on the street in Paris. Kasi sa Paris, napakadilim. I'm telling you, there's no light. There's not much light. They turn it off. I think there's a problem with their electricity. I think they're trying to save. Itong pagbabalik ko, it's so dim, napakadilim. Every place, sa hotel where I stayed, actually that hotel, it was so beautiful dun sa picture. And then I was able to mingle also with the celebrity doctor dun sa hotel, Ralph. Celebrity dentist siya ng mga artista. Dr. Ralph. Well, I'm calling him out right now. We were able to to connect with each other when we were in the hotel. Dentist siya ni sino na yun, oh my gosh, I forgot. Vice Ganda. Dentist siya ni Coco yun, yung si Tanggol ba yun, I don't know, I don't remember, but he told me that. And then we were able to connect with each other because we have the same feeling dun sa Paris, France. It is beautiful with the sceneries. They took care talaga. They really look after the sceneries there, the Eiffel Tower, the museum, lahat ng mga tourist spots, they really took care. But ang paligid niya, trust me, it's not something that you want to live. Napakaliit ng space, lahat talagang yung when you drive, you will be scared to drive on your own kasi napakaliit ng mga street, nag-aanohan sila, ang liliit ng space talaga. I'm telling you. Even in the hotel, they're saving money, I think, electricity. They put a censored electricity, censored lights. So ibig sabihin, when you're not around, naka-turn off ang kanilang mga lights. Wala talagang, it's so scary. So whenever you move, then it turns up yung light. So they're trying to save electricity. I'm not happy to that. And also, nakakatawa dahil ang pagkain nila doon, yes, it is true. My brother told me, di ba doon, a lot of people wants to go to France to actually study yung paano magluto, blah blah blah. But unfortunately, their food really, oh my gosh, I have to find an Asian a restaurant. We have to find an Asian restaurant just to actually get a good food. hindi masarap, honestly. Hindi masarap yung French food na pagkain doon. So, if in case you guys go to a European country, might as well, if you are Asian, please you try to eat in your own restaurant. Try to eat in Asian restaurant kasi hindi kayo magiging happy dun sa sa pagkain kasi nga walang spices masyado, hindi maanghang, very blunt yung food nila. Well, maybe it's healthy. I'm sorry if pero maganda pa talaga yung kanilang views. And also the money thing, in Paris, we use Uber. We use Uber kasi much better. It's more convenient to get an Uber kaysa taxi. Kaysa bus or train. The reason is yung kanilang street information or yung mga board nila doon or whatever announcement that they put in there. It's all in French and I am not French. So ibig sabihin mawawala ako because if you ask for an information to a French person, they will gonna say yes, no, nothing, period. They don't care. They will never speak English. They will never explain to you. So mawawala ka lang talaga. So you should know those things. But I'm not discouraging anybody. Ang ganda po ng Paris. Maganda yung mga tourist spot. But again, I believe I would recommend not hotel. Kasi lahat ng hotel nila doon, 4-star man or 5-star hotel, ang liliit ng space at the same time napakahirap mag-move. So it's better at saka makaluma talaga, lumang-luma. So it's better you get an Airbnb. Kasi makakapagluto ka doon ng pagkain. Airbnb is most highly recommended when you go to Europe kasi you can cook your own food. Ang hirap kumain ng hindi mo gustong pagkain, especially you walk a lot. So yun yung aking experience doon. But other than that, I was so grateful to God because he was given us a chance na together with my whole family, my brother, my siblings, and my mom, we went there. The whole family were complete. Well, our father is gone. Wala na siya, namatay na siya when we were young. So pinalaki kami ng mother ko, single mom si mami ko na mag-isa. But we were all okay now and maganda na, maayos ng buhay namin and being together in Paris, France, in Eiffel Tower was kind of like a blessing and I'm so grateful to God because he gave us the chance and strength to actually see that country. At the same time, nakakatuwa nga, we went to Disneyland and medyo masakit na yung aming likod, mayroon nang hindi makatakbo and we were like laughing kasi nga we're already old and we were in Disneyland and but it's not something na you're old, hindi ka na pwedeng pumunta ng Disneyland. It's a beautiful, magical place. Any Disneyland, please go. It is beautiful. Nakakaiyak nga ako minsan dahil imagine you'll be dancing with the real characters of Disneyland. So that's it. That's my experience in Paris, France for a week. We were able to have fun with our family. Good things, bad things man ang mga na-experience namin doon. But the good thing is that it was an amazing relationship with my family. We were able to laugh. We were able to have peace of mind at the same time, being together. Hindi yun kahit kailan mababayaran ng kung whatever yung pain na yung pagod na pagpunta namin doon. So again, as I end, everyone, if you have siblings, if you have families, parents, and life is too short. Kung mayroon man kayong mga hindi pagkakaunawaan, always remember, do the right thing, guys. Hindi perfect ang bawat isa sa atin. We can actually have some gap or anything, but you know what? When you do the right thing, believe me, it will all gonna be all okay. Huwag nyo sayangin yung relationship nyo sa mga siblings nyo tsaka sa parents nyo. Napakasarap na my family. They are your allies. And also, friends come and go, honestly. Nawawala sila. But you have to realize that your siblings, your family, are your best of friends. So remember that. So take care, everyone. Enjoy your family. And if you're not talking to your family or your siblings, please reach out to them. Trust me, I know this is not about immigration, but it's about life. I like life. It is beautiful. At the same time, share what you have. Wag mong i-count. Wag mong bilangin. Do the right thing. This is your family. Take care, everyone. God bless.